Going back to Alfheim?
There's still a few loose ends to tie up. We found a sanctum hidden in the desert. The elves and Freyr's camp believe it contains the secret history of Alfheim.
Sounds good. Mimir, you said souls come in 4 parts. Does that mean you can lose some of your soul, but not all of it?
Aye. Form, mind, direction, and luck. Lose any one of them and the entire being suffers. Still, sometimes luck alone is enough. Just ask your father.
My success does not come from luck.
Ah, the refrain of the eternally lucky.
Jewelry.
Oh? Put it on one of my horns. Let's see if I can pull it off.
No.
Mimir, look at all these books.
An archive of knowledge.
Don't see any light elves around.
For now.
Maybe they've left for the day, and we can browse at our leisure.
Here.
Another one of Dvalin's diagrams.
You spoke of his conscience.
Aye. He saw that the Aesir would likely use his powerful weapons to cut down his fellow dwarves, so he ripped out his design pages and scattered them.
And what of him?
Well, the All-Father found out. He wasn't terribly pleased.
This book is sealed, but there is an inscription. The console.
Sigvier spoke of an exile of the same name. Odds are he'd like a gander at that particular text.
Looks like the ancient elves wrote a lot, and none of the light or dark elves have seen any of this. Seems like stuff they'd want to read.
Swatha.
Ah, it appears the librarian would like a word.
Lata Frambog.
Sounds like she wants that journal back.
No.
Changing arrows!
Nasty hit! You alright, brother? Steel strike! Steel strike!
Leo Salva. Thought. Megivit. Helga Brotina.
She thinks she's protecting them by hiding all this knowledge away.
Our ally wishes to read this journal. We are taking the book.
Didn't think it was gonna end that way.
Last we traveled here, when the Dark Elf King attacked us, the ramifications were dire for his people. We would not make the same mistake twice.
Brother, I've been meaning to ask. Your home...
Brock's riddle. Could the answer be... nothing?
Know what? We'll finish this later.
I wanted to tell you. I read something in Odin's library about what Gjallarhorn is supposed to do. If blown by a god, it sounds through all the realms and harmonizes the space between them. Blow it somewhere like Tyr's temple, and it would be like opening up all the realm travel towers at once.
It's quite a vulnerability. Wonder why he didn't just destroy it.
Some artifacts defy destruction.
Well, we should make Freya aware of this.
Get over here and hit this charm, you lumpy fucking horse. Boss man wants the rest of those leaned worms, buddy.
You were right to summon me. We must talk.
Speak.
The tree has become rather overgrown. And if it grows too wildly, the branches risk getting too heavy and falling, which is not ideal considering they hold all the realms.
I am no gardener.
What an absolute shock. No, I do not require any horticultural skills from you, but I would ask that you keep an eye open for the stags of the four seasons. They normally graze upon the tree and keep it tidy. Unfortunately, Bitter decided it would be funny to trick Arrogant into releasing them. If you happen to find the stags during your travels, I would greatly appreciate assistance in bringing them home. I would have one of my spectral squirrels do it, but they, well, keep eating the feed I give them. Consequence of it being the most delicious food in all the 9 realms, I suppose. Speaking of, here, take some feed. Once you've found a stag, the feed should calm them down. Then one of my spectrals will guide them back here. And, don't eat the feed, please.
I will not.
Bitterness asked me if I was too chicken to release them, but I am in fact not chicken-like whatsoever. So as you can see, I had no choice.
Yes, of course. What else could you have done? While normally this would be a harmless prank, Fimbulwinter prevented the stags from returning, and now they have long since scattered to parts unknown.
It was worth it.
Now then, any luck finding those lean worms?
So were you always a freakishly large immortal squirrel, or...?
Don't forget handsome. No, I was once a regular squirrel, the same size as these wispy, spectral versions of myself, in fact. I was unremarkable. I stumbled upon the tree near what should have been the end of my life, the victim of a random act of predatory savagery. But the tree, it had other plans for an insignificant creature like me. But I have prattled on for far too long. I will leave you be, Master Kratos. I think that's the long and short of it. Safe travels.
Talking are the best. You have always been the best.
Hey, tell her she's...
Hey, you ever figure out what had Helka losing her mind? Probably ought to follow her. Make sure she don't get into any trouble.
Love.
What now?
The riddle. What gets bigger the more you take away? Love!
What kind of chub-buffling relationships you been in, Amir? That don't make any sense.
Agreed.
Oh, I won't be lectured on the nature of romance by the two of you duffers. It's bigger the more you take away.
And you find a way to make it better.
Well, that's certainly true.
You know, we used to leave Anaheim together when we were young. Not much older than you, to be honest. Well, try to keep things fun. Leadership, not really my strong suit, let's be honest.
Really? Your group back in Vanaheim seems pretty devoted.
Well, I can inspire people, I guess. And get them to see the best in themselves, you know?
Like a muse?
Wait. Like a what?
A muse. Father told me about that. In his homeland, they inspired all kinds of artists.
What? I love that. That's a job? Well, why don't we have that? Oh, man. I could totally do that.
I think they were all goddesses, though.
Well, come on. That's not fair. That's not fair. I would be a natural. Ugh. What were we talking about?
Ingvi, you must rest. You understand? You must. Please, just stop talking.
Okay, I'm sorry. But someone was gonna fill us in on what happened with Heimdall.
Enough.
Look at that. You really did it. How, in all the 9 realms, did you manage to kill Heimdall?
I knew our spear would do the trick. Well, happy Ragnarök, everybody! Let's drink.
Is it true? Heimdall's dead. I can't believe it. There's no stopping it now. Odin swore peace only so long as you spilled no more Aesir blood.
I refuse that deal.
Yet he honored it. But now...
But what? You and I know better than anyone that Odin's promises never last. We have the advantage now. It's time to bring him down.
No.
None of you understand what's coming. Odin's vengeance will be his only concern.
Not his only concern. The mask. Whatever knowledge it unlocks, that's what Odin wants more than anything. If I go back to Asgard,
Go
I
back.
can use...
Go back.
Look. If I can finish what I started there, awaken the mask, get answers, maybe that's our way out of this. But I gotta go soon. Before they figure out what's happened.
Atreus, you are home. Do not ask me to put you at risk again.
He's at risk where he stands, Kratos. We all are.
Anything we do or don't do is dangerous right now. But Odin needs me. He trusts me. I'll be safe there. From a tactical perspective, am I wrong?
I don't much like it, but it is our best play. Dividing Odin's focus would buy us time.
And give us a pair of eyes in the enemy's inner sanctum.
But if there is truly a source of infinite knowledge, you can't let Odin have it.
Aye. And once he has what he needs from you...
Then I lose my leverage. I get it. I'll be smart. Father, I can do this.
remember the promise.
You too.
I hope you know what you're doing.
I do too, Sin.
Well, I still want to hear how you did it.
You mean how we did it?
Ah, you have me. And therein lies a tale.
Atreus, listen. I can't let you go back without this.
A hammer?
Your key, please. You ever need a way out of a bad situation? Throw this down hard and say wergi. One use only.
Wergi. Thanks, Sindri. Hope I don't need it.
Me too.
All right. Odin said Hugin would be waiting in the cabin. Mimir, anything else I should know about Odin? Maybe a weakness or something? Like if I flip up his eye patch, he'll disintegrate. Aye, lad. Wouldn't that be? Yeah, no. Sorry, Mimir. I can't do your accent. I'm on my own for this one. Here we go. Ben? You made it back! Hey.
Is this your wolf?
Ah! Stop doing that.
Oh, were you having a moment? It sort of looked like you were having a moment. I can go.
No. Sorry. This is Fenrir. It's okay, Ben. She's,
So I was right about your knife.
Huh?
I'm glad you found a place for his soul.
Me too. Hey, how'd you find me here? Loki? This is my marble.
And where are you heading off to?
Back to Asgard. Hey, I'm actually using him.
Uh-huh.
Angerboda, look. Once I see this through, I'm gonna know everything. How to save my father, how to stop Ragnarok, and maybe, hopefully, how to bring our people back.
Loki, those are all very noble intentions. But he's Odin.
You have faith in me, right?
Of course I do. I just hope the story you're writing for yourself is the one that you truly want.
Would you take care of Fen while I'm away?
I'll take good care of him. Won't I, boy? Be careful, Loki.
Okay. I just gotta help Odin complete the mask, but also make sure he doesn't get any answers from it. Easy, right? He's probably in a study. Huh. Nicely equipped. What needs work?
If he had nothing to do with it, then why isn't he here?
Just because someone isn't here to defend themselves doesn't mean they're guilty. What kind of messed up logic?
Heimdall's dead. Suddenly this boy, who you all saw hanging around, is nowhere to be seen?
He's literally working with grandfather!
Oh. Well, that puts me so much more at ease.
What I'm saying is that maybe you wouldn't feel so weird about it.
Okay. Panic does nothing. Harness it.
Heimdall's dead. Happen to know something about that? Anything?
Well, I mean, everyone hated him.
Sure, sure. But have you seen anything? Something noteworthy?
I mean, you know, he did sock through pretty hard while we were out. Maybe someone found out? Got even? I don't know.
Are you suggesting my son had something to do with this?
I don't know. Honest.
Well, I had to ask. Never believed you had anything to do with this. I'm glad you're back.
So, I figured out what went wrong. I mistranslated a word here.
Did you now?
I thought it said beyond the cry of cold breath, but it actually reads the cry of first breath.
Well, that's somewhere else entirely. I know where that is. Young man, you've done it again. Go. Take the mask, take the sword, take the bird. Find Thor. I'm going to Niflheim.
Missed you too.